Be careful who you hire to do business with. Most of the time, it goes well. Let me tell you a little story. So this morning, I got several different things that's popping off because I'm popping right now. I'm big dog. I got a lot of visibility. I got a lot of motion. And so I got, several different things popped up for me, opportunities, big opportunities. One of them was a big money play. Big money play. Now, um earlier this morning, I have a family member that works for me that I got to have a long discussion with. I'm not going to say that I'm going to fire him, but I got to have a long discussion with. And why that is necessary is because I had a conversation with a family member. Um, and I couldn't believe him. I couldn't believe how he played it. But anyways, we had a discussion. We had a disagreement. Nothing new, not even related to business, none of that stuff. But, I had a family member that reached out to me this morning, and so we was having a conversation, and it got a little heated like it always does sometimes with family members. And so, I was just like, whatever, bro. Like, I ain't checking for nothing you talking about right now. You know what I'm saying? And he was on the same thing. Now, usually what happens with family is you get into a little bit of an argument or a debate or whatever, and then y'all be mad at each other, and then later on the day or the next day, you back cool again, right? But they were really upset with some of the stuff that I said. They were really upset with some of the stuff I said. Now, here's the problem though, is because I'm in the car and I'm on my way into the studio and I go through and I'm seeing different opportunities that present itself. And so this family member is supposed to be handling that aspect of the business because that is what I pay them for. That is what I hired them for. That is their job. And so I'm reaching out to the family member. I'm blocked. I'm reaching out to the family member. I'm blocked. I'm texting, I'm calling, going straight to voicemail or whatever. Hey, I'm calling from no answer, no conversation, no nothing. So now I go into Anton mode because I'm never going to depend on anybody. Even though I hire people for certain things, I'm not going to depend on them. I'm always going to be able to do it myself. So, as usual, I go into it. I have to hurry up and get to the studio, and then I had to carve out time in order to make sure I did that and take care of this and take care of that. So I had to basically be on top of things. But they let their emotions about me almost fuck up the money. And see, that's the problem for me. That's always going to be a problem for me. I don't care about disagreements. I don't care about, this and that. All of that stuff is you can fix that. That's long term. But what I can't have happen ever under any circumstance. What I can't have ever happen under any circumstances, I cannot have people mess up my money. I can't have people mess up the money. I can't have people messing up my opportunities. I can't have people getting in their emotions and then they sitting there playing the block game. I don't play that game. I don't play that game. I listen, let me tell you something. And this everybody know this. Family, I will fire my wife if I need to. I will fire my I will fire anybody. I have no respect of persons when it comes to the mission, the money, the bag, and how it is that I need to be moving as far as how I envision myself. If anything and anybody gets in the way of my progress and if they start to let their emotions play a bigger role than the program because I regularly remind people that are close to me in my life. I had a conversation with my daughter yesterday. I have conversations with people and I tell people, I said, "Listen, you're never bigger than the program." Listen, fellas, if you have not heard anything, if you have not listened to anything, If you have not seen, if you don't care about anything that I said, I know a lot of y'all was upset, especially all y'all Africans and stuff like that. Y'all was upset because I held y'all accountable last night. That's cool. Come on back into the front of the congregation. Come back to the fold. We all figure it out. If you haven't heard anything that I've ever told you, hear this and hear me clearly. If you ever get somebody in your life, I don't care who it is, your homeboy from back in the day, your a chick that you're talking to, a woman that you're married to, your children, if they get in your way, if they ever think that they're bigger than the program, you have to remind them, listen, you're not bigger than the program. And sometimes you're going to have to make some examples out of people because people don't believe you. They don't believe it until you actually start doing some stuff. And when it comes to me, I am very giving. I am very generous. I am a very, very much, I won't put in, invest in you, whatever. But the 1 second, some people get a little bit more grace because they got a lot more equity built up with me. But the minute that I believe that you are messing up the bag and you think you're bigger than the program, then we got to move. We got to move in different directions. And I'm not even the type of person to trip about it. I'm not going to be upset with you. I don't care if you go and bust it down for a real one for somebody else. I don't give a fuck. I genuinely don't. I am going to focus 100% of my energy on whatever it is that I feel like God has ordained me to do. And everything else is extra. The kid is extra. The chicks is extra. The family is extra. The friends is extra. Workers is extra. But if anything and anybody get in my way, I will cry and cut you off in 5 seconds. I genuinely don't give a fuck when it comes to me fulfilling my purpose. There's nothing and nobody should. Fellas, listen to what I'm telling you. There is nothing and nobody that should ever get in your way. Not love, not compassion. You'd be assed out, sitting out there on the curb, fumbled everything for a person that's going to go off and do something that they're going to do anyway, and ain't nobody going to come and save you. Mind your business. When I say mind your business, that means focus on the business. Everything else come extra. As long as everybody play their role, as long as everybody is responsible, I don't give a fuck what I did. I don't care what you disagree with. I don't care how much you think that I'm wrong or how much that I think that you're wrong. We got a mission to complete at the end of the day. We can handle the rest of that later. But ain't nobody going to be happy if the money is messed up. Carmen, tell your therapist that they wrong. I'm trying to say it the nice way. Tell your therapist that they stupid. You must got a woman therapist. You have to have a woman therapist, or you got a liberal therapist. At the end of the day, we got a mission to complete. We got some money to get. We can figure all of the rest of that junk out later. 100% we can figure the rest of that junk out later. Don't ever mess up the bag. Don't ever mess up the bag. Ever. Under any circumstance. I don't care what happens. Nobody is bigger than the program. Nobody is bigger than the program. That's my slogan. Anybody that's around me, they know. Hey, I might have to pivot. I might have to go over here. I may not see you for the month because I got to fly back and forth to take care of business. Oh, you'll figure it out. You'll get it. Nobody is bigger than the program. When I see you, it's going to be awesome. We're going to have a good time. But in the meantime, I got to go and take care of this business. Nobody is bigger than the program. Nobody. And if you don't understand that as a man, if you don't understand that and you don't stand on business when it comes to that, I guarantee you, you will never, ever become the man that you're supposed to be. You are going to live with regret. You are going to get to some point in your life where you get older. You're going to be 44, 45, 46, 43, 40, 37, whatever. And you're going to say, man, I knew I shouldn't have cared nothing about that hoe. Because the chick that you was so in love, oh my God, I'll do anything. I'll die for you. And then she put your head on a platter. The chick when you was 27 that you was so in love with, 30 that you was so in love with, guess what? She gonna be busting it down for a real one for somebody else, and you gonna still be out of the money and the opportunity, and they not gonna think twice about it. They not gonna pay you back. They not gonna come back and try to make it right. They're not gonna do none of that shit. They don't care, bro. People, let me tell you something about people. People have short memories and they move on. So whatever it is that you had going on, or whatever it is that you got going on, that's you. They got their own life now. So you got to make sure that you do what's best for you. You got to take care of business. Everybody and everything ain't supposed to be for you for your whole life. Some people is a season in your life, and you banked everything on them, and you lost. You lost. You failed. You failed as a man. You failed. Everything and everybody is not supposed to be with you for the rest of your life. Trust me. Some people are, and other people come in and out, especially family members. Family members will switch up on you for 5 years and come back on the 6th year like, you know what? We need to bury this bridge. In the meantime, you didn't put your whole life on hold for them. Nobody bigger than the program. Nobody is bigger than the program. Nobody. Anton, how have you been able to stay married for 21 years? Because I understand that nobody is bigger than the program. They missed that part. They missed that part. Anton, how have you been able to maintain your masculinity, still stay married for 21 years? Because I help people to understand from the very beginning that nobody is bigger than the program. Not my mama, not my father, not nobody, not an auntie, not the pastor, not nobody. Nobody is bigger than the program. I only answer to God. I take suggestions. I take insight and information from the people that surround me. I understand that people add value, but I only answer to God. I don't answer to nobody. Nobody. Nobody can hold me accountable. Zero people in the world. They could say that, they could tell me about myself. They can do a reaction video. They could do a lot of things, but nobody, zero people as a human being walking physically on this earth can tell me what to do. Nobody. And my one rule is what? I will never allow for you. I'm never going to prevent you from leaving. If you feel like it's a season in your life, you're a human being too. I respect you. If you feel like it's a human being in your life, or if you feel like as a human being in your life that you need to make some adjustments, I, I understand. I may not agree, but I understand. Just don't come back. Don't come back.